Hey, welcome to the His and Hers Freedom Podcast, where faith, family, and freedom always come first.
We are Frank and Alyssa Williams, mom and dad to 5 beautiful children. Every week, we're going to dive into a mix of family, current events, and what it's like to hold the minority opinion in today's world. So grab whatever caffeine keeps you going.
Or some pre-workout. Let's get it. Welcome back. Today's episode is extra special. It is Veterans Day. This marks 250th anniversary of the United States Armed Forces.
Yes, and what you can expect in this episode today, we're going to be talking a lot about gratitude, of course, faith, family, legacy, and freedom, but we also want to talk about how involved both sides of our families have been in their service to this country. And believe it or not, we do have some pretty deep military roots on both sides.
On both sides, yeah.
Yep. We're going to share a couple of personal stories, from 17-year-old enlistments to singing at a Hollywood-themed veterans banquet. And we'll be talking about what legacy really means to us. So stay tuned.
Yeah, so episode 4, Faith, Family, and Valor. Whether you've served, loved someone who has, or simply want to pause and give thanks, just settle in. Let's honor those heroes, celebrate our freedom, remember the faith and the valor that built this great nation.
So touching on that, Frank and I had the honor to attend a very powerful veterans dinner last Sunday night there in Kingwood at the Country Club. And there were a lot of decorated veterans and some still serving. We saw
Every branch. But, Space Force. Yeah, there's nobody there from Space Force.
That's right. Every other branch was represented, and it was just a really powerful and incredible night. It was a very weighty night, I would say.
Some heavy stories,
lots of tears, not a dry in the room at times, and really powerful keynote speakers that we had the opportunity to sit under. And one story in particular was talking about veterans of the Vietnam War and how they were treated when they came home from serving that war by they're American patriots. Well, I guess we wouldn't want to call them patriots because they definitely weren't acting like it. It just really opened my eyes personally to how important it is for us as patrons to break down that barrier. And when you see an old NAM warrior veteran with his hat on or his jacket on, you walk up, you shake his hand, you look him in the eye, you thank him or her for their service, and you just say, welcome home.
Yeah.
Because they didn't get that. They were spit on. They were cussed
Treated
at.
horribly.
Yeah.
When they came back.
By their own people.
Yeah. You're getting emotional over there. Yeah, no, it was a beautiful night. You know, we participated in the run the day before, and it's just the least that you can do, or the least that myself, my family, we can do to give back. The reason why we get to do these runs and do this podcast are because 17-year-olds and younger were signing up for service and going into battle. That's just incredible. And so I want to definitely give thanks where it's due.
Yeah.
Anytime and I travel a lot, and anytime I'm walking through the airport and I see somebody in uniform, I'm stopping them and I'm shaking their hand and saying thank you for your service. But to add to the Vietnam vets, that last little welcome home phrase, I think it's very important to let them know. So let's back up a bit and we'll talk about the Veterans Banquet and the story of how we got there. I'd like to tell this one.
Okay.
You signed us up to run in a 5K, Wounded Warrior Project in Kingwood. Perfect. We're excited. The kids
Whole
are
family.
ecstatic. Yeah, we're everybody's excited.
Got the wagon, got Frank in a weighted vest.
We're set.
So the idea of this run is called Carry Forward 5K. It's put on by Wounded Warrior Project, and so you sign yourself up. You pay a $50 fee or more than that if you want. Kids are $25, and all of the contributions go directly toward the Wounded Warrior Project. So it's called Carry Forward. You're supposed to carry something, someone, whether it's a flag, whether it's you're wearing a weighted vest or a ruck pack. So we have a 20-pound weighted vest. So that's what Frank was wearing. And I'm like, well, the kids I know they're going to want to walk some. So we'll just bring the wagon. We brought the dog. Whole family was there. So I wore it's called a tush baby. And you put it on your hip. It's kind of like a fanny pack, but it has a little built-in seat. So I carried our 4-year-old daughter as much as she would let me. But that girl surprised the heck out of me.
She did me too, yeah. She ran for at least 2 miles.
At least 2 miles.
Of the 3.
Yeah. Right? And in a dress, number 1, in true, if you know her, fashion.
Yeah, your daughter junior fashion.
A big, massive bow and sandals.
Sandals.
The girl, I had to say, hey.
And was just loving it,
Loving it. Would keep running. And I'm like, come back, because I didn't want her to overheat. She surprised the heck out of us, ran probably 2 miles. The whole family finished 3.1 miles in 46 minutes, 19 seconds or something along those
46,
lines.
19,
I think. Pretty dang good. Both kids got
2 adults, 2 kids, and a dog.
Yeah.
It's a win in my book.
And then
we finished.
Well, I'll post a video. I did post a video on my stories, but I'll post it again after this episode airs. Of at one point, Frank's running with the 20-pound vest on. Our son and the dog are in the wagon, and he's just sweating his butt off. It's a really cool. You stop running, and you're like, no. If they did this for me, the least I can do is pick her back up. My 20, 30-pound daughter, pick her back up, carry her, and try to run. But it was too bumpy for her. She said, Mom, quit running with me.
Yeah.
So anyway,
our son was in the wagon just whipping me with words. Keep going, boy.
Dad
Keep
said,
going.
Frank said, hey, bud, any
words to motivate me? He said, run.
I loved it. Okay, so back it up. That was the run portion of it.
So we're at the run, right? Alyssa takes the kids to go to the restroom because we're fixing to get started. So the director that put this on, guy by the name of Jason Andrews, big shout out to him for putting that thing on, man. He put on several different events there for our wounded warriors. Big shout out to him for throwing that for everybody. That was fantastic. Everything was smooth, ran nice. It was great. But Jason comes over and says, hey,
I'm in the bathroom with the kids.
Yeah, she's not there. And so Jason had asked me, do you know anybody who can sing the national anthem? The person that's supposed to be here is not going to be here, or something along those lines. And I said,
my husband.
My wife can sing. I don't think she'll do it, though, but my wife can sing. And so, yeah, sure enough, I said, when she gets out, I'll ask her. And she came out, and I said, hey, they want you to sing the national anthem. And she was just like,
shut up.
What? No way.
Shut up.
I was like, no, seriously, they want you to sing the national anthem. Can you do it? And she was like, yeah, what? Are you serious? And she just walks right up there, and about 3 minutes later, she's singing the national anthem.
Yeah. I walk up to Jason, and I'm like, so you found somebody, right? And he's like, well, I have now, looking at me, and I'm like, oh. He's like, can you do it? And I'm like, I can. I'd rather not, but I can. And he's like, all right, go to that bathroom right there. You got 3 minutes to practice, and then you're on. And I'm like, cool.
Oh, that's great.
Thumbs up.
That's great. You did awesome. Absolutely killed it. We killed the run, and then when we finished up there.
Well, yeah, we're on the run course, and Jason passes me, and he's like, don't leave without seeing me. I really need you to do something for me. I'm like,
yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember that. I think I was way ahead of you. You were
way behind me at this point.
No.
I would like to just say for the first 2 miles.
I passed Jason. I passed Jason.
This lying on air right now.
No way, dude. I passed Jason. I had the wagon. I passed him. You guys were behind me.
Okay.
It's hitting her right now. I know it is.
Lies and deceit.
Whatever, man.
Continue on. So he's like, don't leave we finished the race. Both kids got a little medal for winning first place in boys, first place in girls. Super fun.
Yep.
They got coins. They got gift cards, T-shirts. It was great. It was amazing. They were so proud of themselves. And I would love to just encourage any parents listening, take your kids on a 5K run. Not a 1 mile. That's not long enough. Take them on a 5K. It is such a good family bonding moment. I mean, you're teaching them endurance. You're teaching them to push themselves.
Resilience.
Yeah. And they just were so encouraging to each other, to us. Mom, great job, great running. And then, of course, when they're running, good running. I'm so proud of you. And they just smile.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, Frank's like, okay, nobody's walking. We're all running. Tells our son, get out of the wagon. You're running. The dog's running. We all run through the finish line. Big balloon arch.
Yeah.
So fun. We all run through. We get medals immediately. The dog gets a medal. It was just a
great.
really fun time. And
if you got a chance, definitely go out, support wounded warriors. But if it's just a regular 5K, take your kids, get them out there, push them. You will learn a lot, and so will they.
Yeah. So
I definitely recommend that.
Very memorable too. I think that's going to stick with them for a long time. Also, there is a turkey trot coming up at the same place that we're doing. Yeah, it's the day before we leave to go to Colorado, but our next episode we get to record in Colorado.
Great.
Maybe we can find a cool backdrop.
Fantastic.
But
I bet we can.
Anyway, so back to the Hollywood glam gala dinner that we went to. So we finished the race. Jason comes up to me and he's like, Alyssa, same guy that was going to sing today was also going to be singing for me tomorrow. He's probably going to show up. He usually does, but I haven't heard from him and I want to make sure I have a backup plan in place. Would you do that for me tomorrow? He's like, events totally sold out. And I knew this because I went on and I was trying to get us tickets, but totally sold out. He's like, events totally sold out. There's like 280 RSVPs right now. You've got generals, you've got Dan Crenshaw, you've got, so many veterans and really remarkable people going to be there tomorrow night.
Yeah.
But I would love for you to sing the national anthem. Okay. All right.
No, I really think you were just like, yeah, I'll do it.
I said, sure, whatever you guys need. I'll be there early, whatever you need.
Yeah.
Because Frank and I were talking about this on the back porch last night. Just where we were in September of this year to where we are now, just how much we've grown as individuals. And, we've been given a lot of opportunities to speak at public events and things that would have never crossed our mind to do before, that we're just, wherever you need me, I'll go wherever I'm needed. I'll serve food. I'll break down tables. I'll set up tables. I'll decorate, whatever.
Well, at the end of the day, you remember, like, these guys gave it all.
Exactly.
Some people gave their life. Some men and women gave body parts.
Yep.
But ultimately, that comfortable life that we take for granted.
Mm-hmm. It's all about getting uncomfortable, and we talk about that a lot, but it was just kind of like an aha moment for us, like, coming back from the dinner. And who would have thought you and I would be bold enough to sing in front of 300 people and a televised audience?
I didn't sing. I'm not going to sing in front of 300 people.
You rally behind me.
Hey,
I know.
That's my wife. Yes.
Know. But anyway,
I will cheer you on.
So I get a text. I tell him, yes, I'll do it. And then Sunday comes around. I'm like, hey, everything good? Still on? He's like, yep, still on. Haven't heard anything. So just plan to be there. And I'm like, perfect. And then he goes, we just added in a couple more tables for you guys. So invite some people, bring them with you. I'd love for anybody that wants to be there to be there. And I'm like, awesome. So then he calls me about 30 minutes later. He's like, okay, so national anthem is covered. Would you want to do a duet? And I'm like, okay, for the national anthem? Sure, I can harmonize. Okay. Well, then he texts me again. He's like, okay, no duet. He's fully covered on the national anthem, but I would love for you to sing America the Beautiful. okay, that's actually better for me because I sound better to myself in that song. It's much shorter too, so that's always a positive. But I'm like, perfect. So I start practicing America the Beautiful, sing it probably 15 times before, yesterday afternoon when we show up for mic check, at least, right? And he's like, okay, you're gonna go on like first 10 minutes of the night. And I'm a little nervous at this point, but I'm also like, whatever, who cares? I get up there, I go after this amazing Trump video that they played, and we'll put the link in the description because it's just a phenomenal video. Will make you cry and just chef's kiss to Trump on that one because it's so powerful. So I get up there, they do the pledges, the pledge to the American flag, they do the Texas pledge, and then Evan Morgan sings the national anthem, does a phenomenal job on that.
Robert Price, a salute to the Texas flag.
Yeah. And we're going through the Texas pledge and it's running through my head. I'm like, okay, what's the first word? I'm like, holy cow, it will not come to me. And I'm like praying, God, please give me the first word. It's not coming. I'm having a total blank. Like, I'm like closing my eyes, trying to picture the words. All I can muster up is Purple Mountain Majesty, Purple Mountains. And I'm like, okay, so I'm singing that through my head. This whole time I'm standing on the stage, looking out at these people. They're super serious, saluting the flag.
They're all in uniform. We got all kinds of flags around us. Yeah.
And I'm just going, holy moly, I don't know the words. So Evan Morgan gets through it and like, land of the free. And I'm like, please come to me. And it won't come. So he hands me the mic and I go.
Yeah, they announce you. Mm-hmm. You're going to be singing America the Beautiful. They hand you the mic.
And I go, lean over and I'm like, Jason, what's the first word? He's like, I'm sorry.
She leans over and asks.
I'm like, I'm blanked out. What's the first word? And he goes,
oh, say, can you
see?
see?
Say, can you see? And I'm like, oh, say. No, that's the national anthem. And
everybody starts laughing. It was amazing.
And I'm like, I am so sorry. I sincerely apologize. I am totally blanking out on this. I've sang it probably 15 times today. The words won't come. And I said, could I get some help from the audience? First word? And this lady sitting right here, she's like, oh, beautiful. And I'm like, there we go. Let's do it. Okay, go. Here we go.
Everybody, and the crowd started clapping. It was just amazing. I mean, you handled yourself. Everybody gets up in those kinds of moments and forgets. Mm-hmm. How you get out of that. Man, I was just inspired by that because that's happened to me before. You get up there and you get to talk to a group of people and then everybody's looking at you to get these words out and you're just like, oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
They gone.
And nothing's coming to you. But nope. you made the crowd laugh. You asked them for their help. They totally understood, and then you rocked it. That's what was awesome. Is you were just like, laughing, everybody's giggling and having a good time, and then you just got up there and belted it out like, whoa. Everybody and people were coming up to you afterwards like, you did such a great job. You've got such a beautiful voice. Nobody remembered that you forgot the first word.
Yeah, no, I'm eye rolling the whole time, totally embarrassed.
Great.
And so with this episode, we're going to post the video. So we've got lots of people asking in DMs to see the video. They're asking me in person, where's the video? I want to see the video. So we're going to put the link to the video on this, on this show notes. The show notes of the episode. Can we clip the part where I'm like, I can't remember the words?
No, we got to leave.
I knew you weren't going to let me.
Yeah, no.
I knew you weren't going to let me. But
we got to send the full thing.
Yeah. Okay. So back on track.
It was great.
Back on track. Thank you, babe. It was a beautiful night. We were so honored to be there, and we had several people come up to us afterward and say, "Great job. Keep up the good work. Keep spreading awareness. Keep up the good fight. You guys are making waves." And honestly, anybody that we've heard that from are people that we know. And so to hear that from people that we are total strangers to us and, highly recognized or decorated officials, that was really meaningful for me personally to hear that. But I'd like to go ahead and get into our family history in the military or the service for our country. And Frank, I would love for you to
kick it off.
Kick that off, baby.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we do have some deep roots in the military. Just on my side, my aunt, Amy, she served in the Navy.
She's no longer with us.
She's no longer with us. My brother and sister. Brother served in the Air Force. Sister's currently serving in the Army.
Ooh.
Oh.
Go Fifi.
Go Fifi.
So Jake, your brother, serves in the Air Force and also met his wife in the Air Force. They just got married.
Yep. Daisy and Jake serve in the Air Force, and Sophia is a canine handler for the Army. So she'll be graduating in 2026.
Spring.
In spring of 2026 for the U.S. Army. So my grandpa Dave, David Hoover, he served as a military police in the Army. The U.S. Army branch.
We love you, Pawpaw.
Yeah, I love you, Grandpa. And
your dad.
I think that's it up until my dad, right? We've got more family members, great grandpas that have served, but wanted to jump in and, the family legacy here. Frank Rearman Sr., he served in Desert Storm in the 1990s. He was a U.S. Army tank commander.
Firstly, my paternal grandpa, his name was, hold on for this one, Billy Freddie Juno. Great guy, major storyteller. Dang it.
Get you, babe.
God.
The Veterans Day get you, man.
Crying like a little sissy. Okay. Billy Freddie Juno joined the Army in 1947 at age 20, post-World War II. He was super silly.
He joined, he was 20 years old in 1947, a steady, faithful, proud American.
Yep.
I mean, just think about that, being 20, World War II's just happened, and you're signing up.
Yeah, you have no idea what's coming.
You're signing up. That tells you what it takes,
Yeah. Super funny. He had the craziest stories.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like fairy tale stories. That's where I get my storytelling from.
Okay,
yeah. So
okay.
as kids, we'd always go over on Sunday. Usually on Sundays, they lived in Willis, and so we used to go over on Sundays after church to see them. And he would tell the most silly little stories about the three Billy Goats gruff with the troll under the bridge. And one really funny thing about him was that my dad jokes that the Army is where he picked up his bad habit of smoking cigars.
Yeah.
And so then he was diagnosed with lung cancer, so he could obviously no longer smoke. So instead of smoking, he would just chew on the cigars.
Yeah.
And so you remember the soft peppermints? He would always have a cigar bowl full of those next to his little lazy boy rocking chair, and he'd be chewing on a cigar. We'd all be sitting on the floor. He's telling us please tell us a story. Please tell us a story. He's like, all right, sit down,
Yeah.
the best. And Grandma always had RC Coke in the fridge.
Yeah, RC Coke.
Yes.
Wow.
And so, that's just when I think of them, and also lipstick. So I think of RC Coke, lipstick, because, and I guess maybe I picked this up from her, but when you would go into her bathroom, it was her vanity mirror. It opened, right?
Yeah.
And she had all her little gold tubes of lipstick in there, the CoverGirl lipstick, and every single one of them, if you would open it up, it had her lip indention because she would bite down on it, tuck her lips under to apply her lipstick. And then also German chocolate cake. She made the best. It was so good. She would make it for all her birthdays. And anyway, so he was the cigars. He always smelled like cigars and peppermints. Core memory of her, like anytime I see an RC Coke or I taste an RC Coke, that's instantly what I think of. And she would always make us root beer floats or RC Cola floats. But anyway, back to Grandpa. He served post-World War II, and then we get our silliness from that side of the family for sure, because His dad, it didn't just start with my grandpa, his dad, my great-grandfather, Albert Levon Coppage. Albert Coppage. And
let's hear his story.
So
this is great.
Super funny. My dad told me this story. He joined the Army in 1918. Hold on for this, at 17 years old. You have to be how old?
18.
18 to join the Army. And so he came home. The story is that he came home and he told his mom, I joined the Army. And she said, well, you can't. You're only 17. He said, well, not according to the paperwork.
Yeah, he was born in 1901, but put on the paperwork he's born in 1900 just to get into serve.
Yep,
just think about that.
Yeah, because all his buddies were going and he didn't want to be left behind. So he lied on his paperwork, said he was born in 1900. I mean, that's amazing.
That is just amazing to be 18 or 17. And just want to go serve for your country.
Yeah,
it's just wild.
Yeah, so all of that. Those are the legacies that we will be passing on to our children and instilling in them, those true patriotic values and respect and honor for this country, the men and women who've served this country, and always, always respecting, number one, the flag, number two, those who have died for the flag.
People in uniform.
Mm-hmm. And then number three, the families who are left at home and making that sacrifice too.
Still have to make that sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. Jumping back to the banquet from Sunday night, something that one of the keynote speakers said was, you don't have to go to war and fight to serve your country. That's not the only way that you can serve your country. You can also serve your country through raising strong, patriotic children, the next generation, so that they pass on those values to theirs.
I believe that is number one. You have to raise strong, patriotic children. They have to know that the freedom that they are experiencing it did not come free. There are a lot of people, millions of people who have given their life for that. And if you want to see some of this, go to another country. I've been to Ukraine. I've been to China. Go to these countries and experience their life just for a little bit.
Well, let's talk about what's going on in Africa right now and in Nigeria and all those places where they're,
slaughtering Christians.
Slaughtering women and their children because they're just not free. They don't have what we have. And we, you hear it all the time. We take it for granted. We take our freedom for granted. We really do.
We still have to give gratitude and we still have to give thanks where it's due. If you go through life not going to a Wounded Warrior event or or just simply walking up to somebody in a military branch and saying thank you for your service, it's that goes a long way. But just in your heart, being thankful for what not only these military members gave, but what their families had to sacrifice as well. Because we've got 5 kids. I'm missing them. These usually takes about a day, but I'm missing them. I'm missing them about 2 days in. These guys were in service for years. Like the story we heard at the banquet, coming back home, and this father had left, was deployed when his wife was 8 months pregnant. So he's coming back, and he was on a tour for 18 months.
He got 1 minute Zoom call
per month. Skype.
I'm sorry. Per month.
Yep.
So you've got 60 seconds to get your kids wrangled, toddlers wrangled, and a brand new baby.
Yep.
To say, hi, Dad. For him to say, hey, kids, I love you. I miss you.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all they got.
That's all you get. And so the story there was that he came back and the baby is 18 months old now. And, the 2 boys.
But she has seen him on FaceTime. She's seen him on camera. She doesn't think he's real. So the person that's telling the story is the pilot that flew these service members back home. So he's seeing this happen right in front of him. And so his daughter's 18 months old. She's just feeling his face. She looks kind of scared.
Yeah, she wouldn't go to him at first. She just tucked her head in Mom's chest and
so she starts feeling his face, and she kind of finds out, it's like, oh, this is a real person. This is my dad. and gives him a big old hug.
Oh.
But I mean,
Cry. Oh my
yeah,
gosh, I'm
like
gonna cry again.
there's so much
Yeah.
more that they have to sacrifice and that their families have to
Yep.
sacrifice. And
Well, in a quote to Sunday night, he said, when you sign up to go into serve, it's God, family, country. But once you're there, it's God, country, then family. Lots of times, every time, your family has to come last while you're serving. And then when you get home, a lot of times, the ones that are wounded or that have issues mentally or physically or whatever it may be, the family still is coming last because they're having to seek treatment. They're having to try to acclimate back into day-to-day life where they're not constantly worried about bombs and bullets flying through the air. How do you go from that? How do you transition back home to that? It's very difficult. And there were a lot of good resources and things coming up that they're going to be pushing out in 2026 to help veterans. And we're super excited about that, pumped about getting involved in that.
what does veteran mean to you? What does the word veteran or a person who's a veteran, what does that mean to you?
So I've always thought of the old slow guy in front of you at Walmart who you get irritated at because he's moving so slow, but then you slap yourself mentally for getting frustrated with him because you're like, dang, that's an awesome dude right there. You know, they've got the big cap on. They've always got a big windbreaker jacket on with all the stuff on it. And that's just what I think of. Treated that way when he came home, but he still is so proud of his country. And so
Would do it all over
all
again.
over again.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I think of courage, strength, and how much we should honor and thank them, give gratitude for them.
I'm from small town Oklahoma, so I think of that guy at the gas station. You go in there because you're headed to work at 5:30 in the morning. Dude's been in there since 4 o'clock in the morning, probably on his third cup of coffee. Maybe there's a group of them, just old men in there that they don't look scary at all. Probably big teddy bears, but these guys have seen literally everything. Probably been through everything. They got the best training from our military.
I would like to challenge our generation and maybe the one below us to educate yourself, number one, on how intense World War II was. Just take a deep dive, watch some YouTube videos, and see the amount of grit, courage, and strength that it took for those men and women.
Watch where they take a German infantryman and American infantrymen, and they bring these guys together and have them meet. It's very, very powerful stuff. These two 85, 90-year-old men meeting for the first time. They were trying to kill each other many years ago. Yeah. These veterans going back to Arlington Cemetery and, going through where they rub sand on that and they leave the coins and on the graves there. I mean, you can just see it in their eyes. Mm-hmm. The men that they've jumped out of planes, they've been fired at, they've been shot at, they've caught everything, and they're down on knees. They made it and their friend didn't.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Frank, question kind of off the cuff here. If you could give one piece of advice to boys about vets, about loyalty to your country, about service to your country, what would it be?
Man, we wake up every day and we take this freedom for granted. We do. We do not do enough for our vets. I 100% believe that. These guys have been through hell and back, and what they get for it, What I would say is respect your veterans. And if I could go back and when I was in high school, I'd be going down to the VFW and supporting my vets of this small town because they're out there.
Yeah, and they're just looking for community now. They have to find that in each other, but
and they love to talk to you about their service most. But the biggest advice I have for young men is to plug yourself in and see what these men went through. Wars today are different than what they used to be. They were catastrophic back then.
Yeah.
And these men did everything with their hands. These guys are tough. So, and I've seen some tough cowboys. These guys are tough. So my advice would be go serve, get to know somebody. Even if it's just one vet, get to know him, hear his story.
Yeah.
Just say thank you. It does something for him, but it does something for you as well.
And I would say find your love for country.
Definitely find your love for country.
Figure out what that is, what that looks like to you. Do the research, and whatever you're drawn to, that's ultimately what's going to be your love for country. So if you're drawn to watching families reuniting, then maybe you have a heart for families of people that have served or are in active military, and you go find a way to give back to those families. If what you're drawn to are videos of vets reuniting, then like Frank said, go down to your local VFW. You have one, whether you realize it or not. You have a local VFW. Find it in your county.
Go serve.
Go up there. Just hang out with those dudes.
What can I do?
Listen to their, gosh, we need to do that, honestly. Yeah. We need to take our son up there, and we need to go sit and talk to those guys.
Listen, young men, the United States of America didn't just start off as the best country in the world.
Right.
And you have to pay tribute to that.
And you saw last week that the last surviving service member from Pearl Harbor just passed.
Yeah.
And
they took his ashes down in the water.
So all of those Vietnam vets they're getting old. You only have a small window left of time to get knowledge from them and really immerse yourself in what they went through. And I think that that's something all Americans should do, and especially young men, because we have gotten into a very comfortable generation of men right now who are weak and who aren't rising up, who are lazy and don't want
not masculine
and don't see purpose in service to others. I came across somebody who said, "You're not going to see me volunteering my time for free if I'm not getting paid for it."
Yeah.
And that is just a poor, weak-minded way of thinking. That was a young man. And I encourage all young men and women too. Women, ladies, what can we do? What can we do we can bake cookies. Our girls can bake cookies. We can take them down to the VFW hall. How much would they love that?
Oh,
a homemade.
Yeah. Listen, Jesus Christ served. Our veterans have served. So if you got a problem with serving,
you've got way bigger problems.
So yeah, just say hi. See what you can do to help. These guys,
you owe it to them.
We do.
We owe it to them.
We do. It should almost be a requirement. It's so important to give back to those guys who literally gave it all. Lost families, lost all their friends.
Watched their brothers into pieces right next to them.
It's some of the most horrendous stuff. And they come back over here and try to live normal lives.
Something that I talked to our kids about this week, there's a little kids podcast. It's called the Tuttle Twins, and they talk all about government and politics and things in a way that children will understand. They were talking about the golden rule, and the golden rule is going into every situation, not asking, what can I get from this, but what can I give? And so I was just talking to the kids about the importance of self-sacrifice and your service to others, and you're going to make far more friends, and you're going to be far more liked when you're giving to others rather than taking. As believers in Christ, we are called to serve the weak, the poor, the hungry, and the sick. Mm-hmm. And I think it's safe to say that our veterans who are retired and living on Social Security and income from the government are definitely
part of that
that scenario. So if we want to say a quick prayer to close this out. Dear Lord, we thank you for today, Veterans Day. Lord, we thank you that you have given us this platform to be able to honor and show respect to those who have paid the ultimate price and who have so willingly and selflessly served this wonderful country. Lord, I pray that you would just ignite a passion inside of each one of our listeners and in both of us, God, to give back to these individuals. Lord, I pray that you would just give us grace and compassion for every veteran that we encounter and every active duty member that we encounter. I pray that you would give us eyes to see when these people are hurting and give us ears to listen when they need someone to talk to. I pray that we would be the hands and feet of Jesus and we would just spread your love and light everywhere we go. Please give comfort when it's needed, and I pray that you would just bless each and every one of us and protect us as we go about our day. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. We will see you back next week.
Happy Veterans Day.
Happy
Enjoy
Veterans Day 250. So amazing.
Go thank a veteran today.
Get out and thank a veteran and say welcome home. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We hope something you heard encouraged or challenged you.
Yeah, and if it did, share it with a friend, leave us a quick review, and keep standing for faith, family, and freedom.
See ya!